candles.
Just enough.
What? Oh, you're supposed to blow them out at one time?
You can't even blow out one at a time.
All right.
Yay!
They were sick.
Well, they weren't there.
Well, now what do we have? Ice cream and something.
If I could have all your attention while they're bringing the dessert in. Just like all awards that I've won in my life, I have to thank a few people. So first I'll thank Milton and Gloria, the best organizers around. Yeah. My cousin Chuck for his contribution here. Make sure you enjoy your candy. My two favorite neighbors, the best neighbors in the world, Wayne and Walter, video is nice to meet them. And the other 35 of you that came to join us today. I suspect most of us do not expect that if and when we make it to 92, we'll have 40 people that will even care. That won't come from as far as some of you have. Traditionally, I have written a poem for my mom's birthday. I'm actually running out of things to say because she's outliving what I thought was going to be the... but I did, yeah, that's good. I did write some. I did a little differently because since it took a couple pages, I can't fit it in one picture frame. I was looking for one the last couple of weeks that has the two-sided thing, and I haven't found one yet, but when I do, I'll put it in a frame and give it to Mom, so that if you'll bear with me here for a second or two. In her later years, she is getting bossy, demanding a birthday every year. But even though I'm not very big on traveling, I sure love to come down here. I've written Mom so many poems that I can't even remember the themes. I don't think I've written about events of 1923, at least so it seems.
Thank you.
So I will not dwell on her baking or golf, bowling or teaching or careers. Instead, I'll discuss the year of her birth and why it stands out from so many other years. So a few events I'll mention now, starting at the beginning for you to hear. The USSR was established early, January 1st to start the year. On February 22nd, I'll bet you didn't know, with very little worry or harm, in Los Angeles, California, but not on the freeways, was the first successful chinchilla farm. March 3rd was Time magazine's very first issue. Many fine features rewarding. On March 14th, the first U.S. president to pay income taxes was Warren G. Harding. 2 days later, and not in a manger, our Savior was born, cute, not nerdy, Ruth Mildred Siegel, our honoree today, the daughter of Hyman and Gertie. The first dance marathon, March 31st, and the first radio broadcast of hockey, Yankee Stadium opened on April 18th. The Kentucky Derby winner Zev had Earl Sandy as jockey. The Attorney General had something to say, and not just to someone named Siegel. In May, he declared that for women to wear trousers anywhere, it now would be legal. Yeah. Right for 1923, right? On a personal note, insulin was founded as a diabetes treatment, never corrupted. Then, on June 19th, the world would be rocked as the volatile Mount Etna erupted. Then New York State revoked prohibition. Next, Disney Brothers was found. And Red Sox first baseman, his name was actually George Burns, turned an unassisted triple play, so sound. There were other events, but many constraints caused me to stop and to moan. But as on Passover we say Jerusalem, or something like this, next year in Boca Raton. Mom usually has some words of wisdom, but I'm going to see if anybody else has anything they'd like to say. It'll be hard to say anything that hasn't already been said about Mom sometime or another, but if you have something that you'd like to say.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Something not about Ruth? I'd like to talk about my ancient Gertie for just a minute. After his mother, after I moved here to Florida as a single person, and told my Aunt Gertie that I had just met a boy I think I'd like to marry. She said, bring him over. I want to meet him, get my approval. She did, and then she fed him for about 2 years. Bringing in that food. And so with my Auntie Gertie's approval, here we are, 55 years later.
Hank, I did that with my wife too, by the way. I introduced her to Grandma before to my parents. Anybody else? Yes, please, Phyllis.
I have the greatest honor because my Aunt Ruth was my cousin. And I remember our growing up for years in Flint and the influence of her mother on me and her influence on me as a woman who stood up for what women should, and as far as employment, as far as the military, as far as all the things that are important in this world. And I love you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Like many of you, I find Ruth endlessly inspiring and delightful and just wonderful to know and love.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I'm just going to say a short thing. You couldn't ask for a better mother-in-law. She keeps her nose out of my business.
Yes.
Ruth makes really good rugellas.
Without raising, not anymore.
Yeah, right, she doesn't.
I guess it's my turn.
Mary wants you to vote on him to be in the family before you talk. You want some of this?
Well, here we are
Sure,
again.
but you can't do it right now.
1993. I don't know how many of you were there, but if you remember, we were at Pete's Restaurant right here in Boca Raton. They're closed now, but we had a room full. Gloria, do you remember? There must have been 100 people there. 125. Okay. And then every 5 years after that, we've had a party. One at Palmer Country Club. We've been here a couple of times. We've been at Seasons 52 a couple of times. And then last year, I guess somewhere along the way, I said after I was 90, I wanted to be like Betty White. I wanted to have a birthday party every year. So that's what started this now. We had it last year, and now at year 92, and it's not one of those really important ones. But anyway, I want to thank my children, Milton and Gloria, who are just, absolutely wonderful for me. And I wanted to read something that I got out of a book. If I can see it, I didn't bring my glasses.
Yeah, can you see?
This is a book that was given to me years ago. It was called Winning Points, Winning Words. And it had a lot of inspiring quotations in it. A lot of famous people, a lot of people that weren't so famous, and I copied a couple of them down. This one was said by Golda Meir. Old age is like flying in a plane in a storm. I can't even read this. Tell me what that says.
Oh, you want me to read for you? All right. So Golda Meir said, "Old age is like a plane flying through a storm. Once you're aboard, there's nothing you can do."
The next one is
Sure. Leo Rosenberg. First you forget names, then you forget faces, then you forgot to pull your zipper up, then you forget to pull your zipper down. And there's a saying to no one, "I'm over the hill, but the climb has been terrific."
and that personifies how I feel. Thank you all so much for coming. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. There's one more piece of business, but it's family business. So those of you who are not in our direct family, they don't have to listen. For years, we've been trying to get my cousin Barry into this family. He's been married to my cousin Vera for 57 years. We have a vote every year, and somehow or other, you just don't make it. Okay? I happen to be the matriarch of the family now. I'm voting for you, Barry. You're in.
It wasn't unanimous.
Wonderful, Ruth.
That was very nice. Sweetie, do you want it? This?
She's got it right here.
Delicious.
You just have that much.